Hi there. So one more from AQA, 8 marks. It's in two parts actually, 1 3 and 1 5. The first part is basically splitting up the integral into partial fractions. So that's worth 3 marks. The second part is to prove that the integral therefore is equal to p plus ln q. So let's go ahead and do the partial fractions first. So we've got 4x plus 3 over x minus 1 all squared is going to be equivalent to a over x minus 1 plus b over x minus 1 squared. So we have to consider both factors of x minus 1 squared. Okay, so now we're just going to cross multiply here. So that's going to be equal to a brackets x minus 1 and then plus b. That will give us the common denominator x minus 1 squared. Okay, so therefore our numerators, so the numerator 4x plus 3 must be equivalent to a brackets x minus 1 plus b. Okay, so nice and straightforward first part. All we need to do is sub in any value. Logically, if I sub in x equals 1, I'm going to eliminate my a, so I end up with 4x, which is 4 plus 3 is 7, 7 equals b. So there's our first number found, unknown found. And then next we're going to sub in, regardless, doesn't really matter, I'm going to sub in 2 in this case, because actually if I put 2 in here I get 1a plus b equals 2 in here. It's going to be 8 plus 3, which is 11. I know already that b is 7, so therefore a equals 4. So we have our two values of a and b. Okay, so b is 7, a is 4. So therefore I know that 4x plus 3 over x minus 1 all squared is equivalent to 4 over x minus, more clearly, 4 over x minus 1 plus 7 over x minus 1 all squared. So there's the first bit, the first 3 marks done. So we've now split our integral up into two separate integrals between 3 and 4. 4 over x minus 1 dx and 7 over x minus 1 squared dx. We split apart those partial fractions. So the first integral is simply going to be 4 lots of the integral between 3 and 4 of 1 over x minus 1 dx. Pretty straightforward inspection here. If you differentiate the bottom and get the top, this is why I've taken the 4 out, then I know it's going to be ln of the bottom function. So it's going to be 4 lots of ln x minus 1. Notice the modulus equation signs there because it has to be positive, and that's just between 3 and 4. So we'll deal with that separately. The second part is not so easy. I look at that and I automatically think substitution. I'm going to put u equals x minus 1. So du dx is going to be simply 1. Okay, and then I'm going to need to obviously dx is equal to du. So my integral now becomes the second bit, so plus between 3 and 4, 7 on the outside, 1 over u squared du. Okay, so now I can see, okay, that looks like it's going to be pretty straightforward because now I can change my power, 7 lots of u to the negative 2 du. So that's going to be equal to 7 lots of brackets, add 1 to the power, which is negative 1, so it's going to be negative u to the negative 1 between, I can't put my limits in 3 and 4 because I've changed my variable. That's quite important. Sorry, that was my mistake, and one I shall correct. Okay, so now that just simply becomes negative 7 over u, and we know u is equal to x minus 1. Okay, and I can now put my limits in because I've now replaced my variable between 3 and 4. Okay, so those are our two limits we have to plug in. So we end up with 4 ln, 4 minus 1 is 3, minus 4 ln, 3 minus 1 is 2. Okay, so what can we do with this? I can put our powers up. So we go ln 3 to the 4 minus ln 2 to the 4. 3 to the 4 is 81. ln 81 minus ln 16. So that's ln 81 over 16. So there's the first part of the integral. And once again, we'll do the same thing with here. So we end up with -7 over 4 minus 1 is 3, and then subtract -7 over 3 minus 1 is 2. Okay, so it's going to be -7/3 plus 7 over 2. They're going to be in sixths, so multiply top and bottom by 2, I get minus or negative 14/6 plus 21/6, making 7/6. Okay, so we can combine those two. So our integral, I'm just going to call that I. Okay, so I, my integral, is simply going to be equal to ln 81 over 16 plus 7 over 6. Okay, so I've got the right form, obviously just the other way around. So that was a pretty full-on sort of 8 marks, or the last part, 5 marks was difficult. Okay, thanks.